spots around the Bay Area today. Our inland highs will easily top the low 90s in spots. Most other places will be in the 70s and 80s. That's Bayside, and then 60s at the coast. Tomorrow, even warmer. Tomorrow's expected to be the hottest day of the week. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
As we spend more time at home these days, many of us have figured out new ways to connect, work, play, exercise, and generally how to appreciate the space we have. At System Pavers, we can help you enjoy your home even more with the front or backyard living space you've always dreamed of, and with the peace of mind of our unmatched warranties. Most projects take less than a week to complete, so we can make this happen quickly, efficiently, and help you save money. Call 800-PAVE-004 right now to schedule an online or in-person consultation, and you'll get steep summer savings and no interest financing till 2022. This offer is good for all orders placed by June 30th. Don't wait. Get more summer and more savings by calling System Pavers right now, 800-PAVE-004, 800-PAVE-004, or systempavers.com.
Project installation must commence within 60 days of purchase. Financing subject to third-party credit approval. Contractor's license 661575.
I'm Ron Reagan, an unabashed atheist, and I'm alarmed by the intrusions of religion into our secular government. That's why I'm asking you to join the Freedom from Religion Foundation, the nation's largest and most effective organization of atheists and agnostics, working to keep state and church separate. Phone 1-800-335-4021, 1-800-335-4021, or visit the Freedom from Religion Foundation at ffrf.org. Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Father's Day is coming.
Father's Day is coming.
Father's Day is coming.
He's hard to buy for.
Because there are so few things he really wants.
But you can't go wrong with a fine timepiece.
Patek Philippe.
IWC.
Vacheron Constantine.
A. Lange & Son.
Panerai.
Breitling.
And Jaeger LeCoultre.
Shreve & Company. Luxury timepieces, fine designers, and flawless diamonds.
In Palo Alto, Shreve is perfectly situated in the Stanford Shopping Center.
And the flagship Shreve is at 150 Post off Union Square.
Ground Game is the latest podcast from the Associated Press, hosted by APS Julie Pace. Ground Game discusses election strategy all through primary season. Download it where you get your podcasts.
KCBS News Time 11:11. From chokeholds to defunding, the tide is building for police reform in the wake of the killing of George Floyd. As KCBS reporter Holly Kwan tells us, some Bay Area cities are making big changes already as they manage crowds and protests.
Ahead of today's use of force report before the San Jose City Council,
Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you will actually use. In 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun, and memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then, sentences gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. Babbel is created by language experts who use the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learned. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel free. Just go to babbel.com or download the Babbel app and start learning a new language today. That's babbel.com, BABBEL.com.
Coming up on KCBS, family and friends celebrate the life of George Floyd at his funeral in Houston. More from CBS News coming up on that. And a reminder, bar problems this morning affecting the Pleasant Hill station. We'll get an update from George Rask in just about 3 minutes. Right now, though, how about sports? Steve Bittker has that for us.
Indiana Pacers guard Malcolm Brogdon co-led an Atlanta protest march 10 days ago with Celtics forward Jaylen Brown, both Atlanta natives. Brogdon saying he got his passion for social activism from his grandfather, John Hurst Adams, a Methodist preacher and a close ally of Martin Luther King Jr.
When I talk to people about him, I say he was a giant walking amongst men. He had such a profound effect on the Black community and this country and this world. You know, he's not a Dr. King. He wasn't the front of the movement, but he was definitely one of the people that were involved, that were highly participating in the conversations, in the movement, in the protests, and the strategizing.
Malcolm Brogdon on the NBA on TNT.
He led marches in Seattle, in Los Angeles, demonstrations. I know he did stuff in Atlanta as well. The AME Church all worked together and had the same strategies, but they were all in different locations trying to coordinate those strategies.
Said his grandfather was a huge influence in his life, having passed away 2 years ago.
I grew up with that in my blood. I grew up with my grandparents, understanding that the only way to change policy, the only way to make real change in this country is to demonstrate, is to push your agenda, is to be demanding, is to not give up. You know, I think a lot of what, the Black community has faced, things like voter suppression, things that try to discourage us from going to the polls. Lynching was a form of voter suppression back in the day. It tried to discourage Black people to speak up or to have a voice or to fight back against their oppressors. So this is something we've always faced, and my grandfather has always been that example for me to fight back. He was my Dr. King.
In fact, Brogdon's great-grandfather was a church minister and NCAA chapter president. His mother, a psychology professor at Morehouse. His father, an attorney and mediator. They named him after Malcolm X. At the sports desk, Steve Bittker, KCBS.
For the ones we trust to always be there. For the ones caring for others. For the ones who keep things going, no matter where they are. In extraordinary times, extraordinary people step up, like the ones standing guard and standing on the front lines, and the ones who are staying apart while still working together. With your efforts, we will get through this. We're grateful for all you do. Visit Grainger.com for resources that can help as you create your recovery plan. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In uncertain times, PGIM stands by the clients and communities we serve around the world. Our 1,300 investment professionals are ready with the guidance and support you need now. The insights of PGIM experts are available on demand to provide perspective. We stand committed to managing and protecting the assets entrusted to us by our clients. PGIM, the investment management business of Prudential. Find out more at pgim.com. That's pgim.com.
We are your connection.
We are hearing very clearly the cries for reform.
We are the team that's always covering your community.
We will emerge from this moment stronger. I know that we will because we have to. We're not afraid to look backwards in order to move forward.
We are your news station, KCBS.
KCBS News Time, 11:18. First for traffic, let's get back to our BART troubles with George Rask.
Pleasant Hill Station is closed. Trains are running through it, but not stopping there. That's the latest from BART. This is in both the SFO and Antioch directions on the Antioch line. It's a major medical emergency, a person on the track there. This has been going on now for a little over an hour. There is a bus bridge available through the Contra Costa County connection. Bus 14 and bus 15 can get you either to the Pleasant Hill station or the Concord station or the Walnut Creek station if you need to double back to that location from either of the adjacent stops, Concord or Walnut Creek. On the roads, if you plan on driving that trip, there are no delays currently. This report brought to you by DuckDuckGo Privacy, an easy ride for both north and southbound Interstate 680 between Walnut Creek and Concord, and between Walnut Creek and Oakland Berkeley for Highway 24, both east and westbound. A car fire has just been reported for Castro Valley on Interstate 580 in the westbound direction, just before Eden Canyon Road. Are you fed up with companies selling your data? DuckDuckGo is on it. They help millions of people like you take back their privacy online. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo, privacy simplified. Your next update at 11:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Now let's get our 6-day forecast from Mary Lee in the KPIX5 Weather Center.
Well, I'm watching our temperatures rise this afternoon with plenty of sunshine, daytime highs 5 to 10 degrees warmer compared to yesterday and well above average. So upper 80s to low 90s inland today, mid to upper 70s to low 80s around the bay, and upper 60s along the coast. Heating up even more tomorrow, especially inland. Low to mid 90s inland on Wednesday, upper 70s to low 80s around the bay, and mid 60s for the coast. Thursday, cooler at the coast, but still a hot day inland. And then for Friday, much cooler for all of us. A significant cool down thanks to breezy onshore winds kicking in. Breezy and cool Saturday, but much warmer Sunday and next Monday.
Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 11:21.
CBS News special report. Hundreds of mourners have packed a Houston, Texas church for the funeral of 46-year-old George Floyd.
I believe that a change is gonna come.
The Reverend Dr. Mary Wright.
Master, we thank you for this celebration. We thank you for the life of George Floyd, oh God, that at a moment when he called out for his mama, we believe that the ears of mamas across this nation reared up.
Speakers have urged that Floyd's death be a catalyst for racial and social change.
This is a moment of connectivity. This is a moment by which God has gathered people all around the world to connect us around the life of the brother George Perry Floyd.
Floyd's body will be carried in a horse-drawn carriage and will be laid to rest next to his mother in Pearland, Texas. He called out for her as a white Minneapolis police officer pressed a knee on his neck 2 weeks ago yesterday. CBS News Special Report. I'm Jim Crisula.
KCBS News Time 11:22. San Francisco Mayor London Breed announcing this morning that beginning on Friday, restaurants can begin outdoor service with proper health and safety protocols in place. And starting Monday, other businesses may reopen their storefronts for indoor retail, again with proper distancing precautions. Stick around. Coming up a little less than 10 minutes from now at 11:31, we'll be discussing more about what it's going to be like for San Francisco restaurants and some of the new protocols that they'll be following as they fully reopen. In this era of negativity about law enforcement in the wake of George Floyd's death in Minneapolis, the Santa Cruz County Sheriff says he really appreciates the support of his community. KCBS's Margie Schaefer reports from Santa Cruz. The comments came as the investigation into the death of one of his deputies continues.
The memorial at the Sheriff's Department in honor of Deputy Damon Gutzweiler, who was killed by Air Force Sergeant Stephen Carrillo, continues to grow. And Santa Cruz Sheriff Jim Hart says he's received an outpouring of support.
Hundreds and hundreds of emails, phone calls, text messages.
And he says that support has been a godsend as people march shouting anti-police sentiment.
And that quiet majority, you don't hear them often, but there's a ton of support for the Sheriff's Office and local law enforcement here in Santa Cruz County. And I want to let the community know how much I appreciate that support.
The man suspected of shooting Deputy Gutzweiler was part of a security forces squadron that protects aircraft from terrorist and criminal threats. And Hart says he is not to be lumped into the civilian policing world.
This is not a police officer that we're talking about.
Representatives from 40 police agencies assisted the sheriff's office following a call from mutual aid on Saturday. Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
Checking financial news now. Here's Jason Brooks with the latest.
Susan, Tesla stock soared to an all-time high on Monday on market expectations of a surge in demand for electric vehicles as the global economy comes back online. In an employee email obtained by Electric, CEO Elon Musk says that production for the S, X, and 3 models is moving along well, but that's not the same story for the upcoming Model Y compact crossover due to supply chain challenges. Musk says in the email that it's extremely important for the company to ramp up Model Y production and minimize rectification needs, and that it makes a difference to Tesla right now. Shares in Tesla down 0.5% after closing just below $950 on Monday. Overall, the stock market pulling back after a big rally over the past week on optimism over the economy reopening. Dow moving lower by 266 points to 27,305. NASDAQ, though, up 34 points to 99.59, looking to build on its record close on Monday. S&P falling by 23 points to 3209. Apple and Facebook, two of the tech leaders today, helping out the NASDAQ. Shares in Apple up 3%. Facebook also moving higher by 3%. Small business owners more optimistic about the economy rebounding from the pandemic than they were a couple of months ago. The National Federation of Independent Business Small Business Optimism Index in May rose to a higher level. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Remember your kid's first bike ride? You were filled with pride and terror. Now she's 16 on her first solo drive, but this time in a Honda Civic, packed with Honda.
You've been camping in your backyard, cycling in your living room. You've been enjoying rain showers in your bathroom, campfires on your TV screen. You've been counting stars and birds from your window and holding family cookouts in the kitchen. Now, get ready to go. Go on a real vacation. Take the wheel at your nearest RV dealer or at GoRV.com.
Ali from Prime Mail Medical.
We offer a variety of treatments, including high-dose sublingual lozenges, ultrasound-based shockwave therapy, and injectable therapies. We can also treat testosterone issues when needed.
Prime Mail Medical in the East Bay and San Francisco. Get your customized evaluation for just $99, which covers a full year of free visits, including a PSA test, testosterone test, and ultrasound. Call now, 415-761-4037, or go to primemailmedical.com. That's 415-761-4037.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows, and this is our lowest 30-year fixed rate ever. And now your direct lender, Network Capital Funding, is offering mortgage rates at historic lows. See for yourself. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.875 with a 2.89% APR. Incredible! Plus, there's no lender origination fees or discount points. This is the best it's ever been. And now you have Network Capital Funding on your side, saving you money and time with their uniquely fast, simple, and secure process. These are our best rates ever, so call now to save. See for yourself. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.875 with a 2.89% APR. Incredible! Call the experts at Network Capital Funding. 800-500-1-HIT. That's 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. It's a grand slam to your best savings ever on your new mortgage or refi. That's 800-500-1-HIT or 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight under the Finance Lender Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and credit approval. Call 800-500-1-HIT for more information.
Due to the economic downturn, RW Garage Doors, the Bay Area's trusted garage door company, is slashing prices on their handcrafted modern wood, modern glass, and modern steel garage doors for as low as $24.99 installed. Plus, RW is including a LiftMaster battery backup motor with every purchase. Increase home value and maximize curb appeal today with no interest financing on approved credit. Call 877-DOOR-808. That's 877-DOOR-808 or visit moderngaragedoors.com.
KCBS News Time 11:28. First for traffic, we have a BART station that's closed. Let's get the details from George.
That's right. The Pleasant Hill Station, trains are running through it now, Susan, but they are not stopping there. They will stop at the adjacent stations, Walnut Creek and Concord. Concord, Walnut Creek, if you're heading in the opposite direction. It's a major medical emergency there. This has been ongoing now for nearly an hour and a half. There are bus bridges set up. Contra Costa County Connection buses 14 and 15 will carry you from the adjacent stations back to Pleasant Hill if that was your destination. Looking at the ride on the freeway, I'm looking to see if in fact there's been a new problem reported on Interstate 80 eastbound in Berkeley just before Ashby Avenue, and it appears there is some debris, possibly a trash can, in one of the lanes. Your next update at 11:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
We're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than what we were yesterday, so that means upper 60s, maybe even some low 70s coastside, 70s and 80s around the bay, and the low to mid 90s inland tomorrow. Even warmer. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
A better tomorrow starts today with Wendy's breakfast. A tomorrow that says Bay can, not Bay can't. Here we do not ask what will tomorrow hold, but rather what will you hold tomorrow. A breakfast Baconator, a honey butter chicken biscuit, a sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, a frosty chino. Buy any of these 4 Wendy's breakfast favorites and get another for just $1. Tomorrow's looking good.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with combo or any other offer.
It all starts with just one thing. Don't buy plastic toys for your pet. Look for either natural materials like cotton, rope, wood, or bamboo, or make toys out of old shirts, socks, or towels. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
News that matters to you. Around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740. KCBS.
It's Tuesday, June 9th, 2020, and coming up on KCBS, one last farewell to George Floyd at a funeral attended by family and friends in Houston. We'll take a closer look at how San Francisco Mayor London Breed's plan for reopening restaurants this week is supposed to work. It's 11:31.
CBS News Special Report to Houston, where family and friends are saying goodbye to George Floyd in the city where he spent most of his life. He died while in police custody in Minneapolis, and while that department has now banned the use of chokeholds, Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner just announced this at Floyd's funeral.
In this city, we will ban chokeholds and strangleholds. In this city, we will require de-escalation.
In a pre-taped video, presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden addressed the memorial service.
Like so many others, I've watched with awe as you summon the absolute courage to channel God's grace and show the good man George was. To stir justice too long dormant, to move millions to act peacefully and purposefully.
Floyd will be laid to rest next to his mom there in Texas. CBS News Special Report, I'm Matt Piper.
KCBS News Time 11:32. Well, as we've been reporting this morning, Mayor Breed is giving the go-ahead for outdoor dining at restaurants in San Francisco starting on Friday. Restaurants closed since the shelter-in-place orders went into effect in March will be able to apply to use extra space on sidewalks and parking spots to increase the capacity and to keep tables socially distanced. For more, we're joined live on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by Janelle Bitger, food enterprise reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle. Janelle, thanks for joining us this morning. What are some of the other protections that are being put in place?
Well, the big thing is that restaurants will need to keep their tables at least 6 feet apart. So for places that already have patios, they're going to need to remove some. If they are going to apply for a permit to add tables on the sidewalk or in a parking space, they might need to add some barriers. And if they're going to go on the sidewalk, they are also going to need to make sure there's at least 6 feet of space just for people to walk down the street.
6 feet, that's a lot of space. It sounds like that's really going to limit the number of tables. We're not going to see a lot of tables out on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I think for restaurants that don't already have patio spaces, they're only going to be able to add maybe 3 to 6 tables, and that includes if they take some extra parking lot space.
You know, and I wonder, too, and anybody who's ever had dinner in San Francisco and been eating outside, once that sun goes down, it gets cold real fast. Will restaurants without heaters be able to make a go of dinner service?
I think that's a really huge question, and this new permit program allows for applying for temporary permits for heaters as well. So we might see some restaurants just try to rent heaters for the next few months. But I think we also might see some restaurants just try to do lunch outside or not bother at all, because as we know, there are a lot of microclimates in San Francisco, and it's just not going to be very pleasant in certain areas.
Will restaurants be allowed to open their restrooms so people can go inside to use the restroom?
Yeah, the restroom question's a big one. Diners will be able to go inside to use the restroom, but restaurants are going to need to figure out the flow of guests, which will be a challenge because you don't want to create any bunching. You don't want one guest trying to go in while one is going out. So there are a lot of logistical challenges there.
And of course, you know, the biggest question I think in all of this is, with this kind of spacing, having to move people outdoors, are we going to see more restaurants fail even with this kind of allowance being made because they're not going to be able to serve the numbers of people that they have in the past?
That's a really good question. I think restaurant owners are making that calculation right now, and I don't know if we're going to see a bunch of restaurants try opening and then failing and closing during this period. I think what we're going to see is a lot of restaurants who do that math and realize it's not going to work. They're not going to bother. I don't think we're going to see a huge rush of restaurants suddenly creating these outdoor dining spaces. But at the same time, I think for some restaurants, if they feel confident that they're going to make it, it makes more sense, even if they're going to take a loss for this outdoor period, to slowly build up their staff and to slowly reintroduce themselves to the dining public.
Janelle Bitker, thanks for joining us this morning. Ms. Bitker is the food enterprise reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle as Mayor London Breed announces today that San Francisco restaurants can resume outdoor dining, but certainly following a number of restrictions. KCBS News Time, 11:36, 2 minutes away from traffic, and we have a BART station that's closed. The Pleasant Hill station. George Rask will bring us up to speed.
As dads, it's our job to capture as many memories with our kids as possible. It's also our job to embarrass them, and if we're lucky, we get to do both. That's why I'm thankful my son created Legacy Box, the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos.
And I'll never recover from the time you showed up to my middle school dance to disco in front of everyone. Thanks, Dad. But he's right. Simply fill your Legacy Box with your old VHS, camcorder tapes, film reels, and photos, and we'll do the rest.
And in just a couple of weeks, you'll get your originals back, along with a DVD, thumb drive, or cloud delivery. Stuff that even an old man like me can figure out.
Check out Legacy Box today. Plus, for Father's Day, we're offering an incredible 50% off. Visit legacybox.com/gift. This is one of the best discounts we've offered. That's legacybox.com/gift for 50% off. legacybox.com/gift.
Are you efficient at wasting money? Well, that's exactly what you're doing by installing a new furnace or air conditioner if your attic's not properly insulated. You need to check out Eagle Shield High Performance Insulation. You see, heat rises. 80% of your home's heat escapes through the ceiling. Whether it's 20 or 110 degrees outside, Eagle Shield will keep you comfortable inside by reflecting 90% of the heat back in during the winter, and just as important, creates a barrier the heat cannot penetrate in the summer. Eagle Shield keeps you comfortable and saves you money. Right now, the first 50 callers get a space-age water heater blanket worth $175. Plus, when you mention KCBS, get 25% off. Folks, it's affordable and it works. Call them now, 800-88-EAGLE. That's 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453.
Eagle Shield. The Eagle has landed. Call 1-800-88-EAGLE.
During the COVID-19 emergency, parks are busy. To keep East Bay Regional Parks open and safe, we need your help. We're in this together. Keep a safe 6-foot distance from other people. For more information, go to ebparks.org.
KCBS News Time, 11:38. First for traffic and sponsored by PG&E Safety Action Center. Let's get back to our BART troubles with George.
Well, we're still confirming that the Pleasant Hill station is closed. At one point, BART said they were running trains through it. I don't know that that really matters. They may be turning trains around at the adjacent stations. As a passenger, what you need to know is that if Pleasant Hill was your destination or would be, you'll be dropped off at an adjacent station and be able to catch a bus to the Pleasant Hill station. Passengers going to the Pleasant Hill station will also be able to catch a bus from the outside of the station to one of the adjacent stations, which would be Walnut Creek or Concord, depending on whether they were Antioch or San Francisco bound. Stall reported in Walnut Creek, 680 in the northbound direction. This is reported now to be a stalled or disabled big rig on the northbound side at Olympic Boulevard on Interstate 680. Westbound Interstate 80 is a good ride from Richmond to Berkeley into Oakland. No delays westbound on the Bay Bridge. The southbound 101 ride from San Rafael looks good to the Golden Gate Bridge. There are no construction delays in Petaluma for 101 today. Your next update, 11:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Sunny skies and warmer temperatures. In fact, warmer temperatures not just for today, but for tomorrow and Thursday as well. We're looking at highs in the upper 60s at the coast today, 70s and 80s Bayside, the low to mid 90s inland. Looking for highs like 92 in Morgan Hill, San Jose, 87. Livermore is likely to hit about 89. And in San Francisco, warming up to 74. Right now, my rooftop temperature already says 76. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
A little preparation will make you and your family safer in an emergency. A week's worth of food and water, radio, flashlight, batteries, and a first aid kit are a good start. To learn more, visit safetyactioncenter.pge.com.
Investors want cash flow? NRIA is making accommodation by extending higher than normal 10% payouts from our real estate Class A buildings fund with monthly electronic payments and targeted returns of 18 to 21%. NRIA's 14-year proven track record and $850 million of new construction property backs you. Call now, 201-210-2727. An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by our private placement memorandum. Read it first. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Returns are annualized. National is a real estate development firm. See us at NRIA.net.
Semper Solaris, local and veteran-owned. Solar panels made in America. Roofing with a 50-year Owens Corning Platinum Protection Warranty and battery storage with Tesla Powerwall. Heating and air conditioning with a lifetime warranty. All made in America. No supply chain issues. Semper Strong. Keep America working. Call now, 888-684-1816 or visit sempersolaris.com. Some restrictions apply. Call or see website for details. CSLB number 978152.
Fremont Bank is providing the Bay Area with much-needed support. We've helped preserve thousands of local jobs and put nearly $400 million back into the Bay Area economy by helping small businesses get loans through the Paycheck Protection Program. When you bank with us, your dollars go directly to loans and donations right here. If there's one thing the pandemic can't affect, it's our commitment to uplifting our communities. To learn more about our COVID-19 response, visit fremontbank.com/COVID-19.
Visit mymarinhealth.org/COVID-19 for key information on resources during this pandemic.
KCBS News Time, 11:42. An East Palo Alto nonprofit has reached a milestone in its work to help the homeless. KCBS reporter Melissa Colross tells us the group, We Hope, has provided 50,000 free showers for unhoused and marginalized people.
We Hope's Dignity on Wheels program brings mobile showers, laundry services, and restrooms to people who need them.
In the last 90 days, we've been able to house 6 of our homeless candidates in the city of San Jose and also provide 12 jobs to those that have been coming because we couple it with case management.
Paul Baines is president and co-founder of We Hope and a pastor at St. Samuel Church in East Palo Alto. The nonprofit has provided 50,000 free showers over the last 5 years through Dignity on Wheels, the majority of them in Santa Clara County. Baines says while the organization is commemorating that milestone,
it's a sad thing that we have to provide the service, but it's a good thing that we're able to provide the service.
Dignity on Wheels mobile services are available in more than a dozen cities, including San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, and Berkeley. Melissa Call-Ross, KCBS.
Summer school may be hard to come by this year in some parts of the country, but 8 of 9 California school districts included in the nationwide survey, including Oakland and San Francisco Unified, do plan to offer summer school in some form. It will be limited, of course, and not in person, with the same type of distance learning methods used this spring. The survey by the Center for Reinventing Public Education is one of 100 surveyed 100 districts, and found that 61 of them do plan to offer some sort of summer school program to help bridge the education gap. A representative for that group says for those that are not, he feels like they're missing out on a big learning experience. KCBS News Time, 11:44. We're just a minute away from sports.
For 10 years, we've run with the Wall Street Bulls and have seen our personal wealth soar. But are the Wall Street Bears around the corner? If you're nearing retirement, you might be sitting on one of the greatest windfalls in investment history. But now is not the time to get careless about your nest egg. How long can we run with the Bulls? No one knows. But a smart investor will know what their exposure is and take steps to protect what they have. Greg O'Donnell and his team at O'Donnell Financial Group know what steps to take. Call them at 866-496-2300 or visit them online to find out if you're exposed to volatility. There are simple rules that they follow, and it's not about selling you products or frightening you out of the market. It's about doing what's right for you, your family, and your personal situation for the long haul. Call O'Donnell Financial Group right now at 866-496-2300 or visit o'donnellfinancialgroup.com. They'll help you run with the Bulls while keeping a watchful eye out for the Bears. Investment advice offered through O'Donnell Financial Services, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Registered representative offering securities and advisory services through Independent Financial Group, LLC. Member FINRA, SIPC.
I didn't feel so well, so I searched my symptoms on Google, and now I'm being followed by uncomfortable ads. I hate feeling like my personal data is being bought and sold. I downloaded DuckDuckGo and saw a difference right away. Take back your privacy with DuckDuckGo.
Coming up on KCBS, a different kind of event to honor George Floyd in San Francisco. KCBS News Time, 11:45. It's time for sports. Here's Steve Bittker.
The LPGA has lost its first major because of the pandemic with the cancellation of the Evian Championship in France, which was to have been played in early August. The other 4 majors, though, still on the docket. The Women's British Open in August, the ANA Inspiration in September, the PGA in October, and the U.S. Women's Open in December. Bubba Wallace, the NASCAR circuit's only black driver, calling for the elimination of all Confederate flags at all participating tracks, says he knows that suggestion will not go over well with many in the Deep South who support NASCAR, but says it's time to do what's right. Former Texas Rangers outfielder